Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Only Trams. You're joining me today just down on the Heritage Line where I've actually taken the advice of you guys and how to solve the issues that we've been having in this line with all the faster trains catching up the slower ones. And you're about to see exactly what I've done. So the two trains already parked up here, the two trams already parked up here, plus this one here, which I'm just about to hit stop on. I've put these on the two lines, the separate lines that I developed initially splitting the Heritage Line in two for the slower trams. I've decided to leave these trams parked up because these three all have a top speed of 22 miles per hour. Now, what I've been able to do by taking you guys' advice is upgrading the whole route of the Heritage Line to this. And as you can see, it's got a top speed now of 25 miles per hour. So now that the slower trams, the ones that are below 25 miles per hour, are all parked up in the museum where they belong, the trams that are actually operating on the heritage route, so even the balloon tram here that normally has a top speed of about 43 miles per hour, you can see that's sitting at 25 miles per hour. And what that's going to do is ensure that all of these guys are doing 25 miles per hour because they all have a top speed of higher, or a top speed of, like this one here, the top speed is 25. But anyone else, the maximum they will do is 25, so it's going to keep that spacing now. So any more trams that we add now, as long as the top speed's above 25 miles per hour, we're not going to get any issues with bunching. And it leaves these guys here as sort of a standing exhibit. I'm hoping these passengers will disappear at some point, but maybe they're stuck on here for all of eternity now, but we'll see. But anyway, in this episode, guys, as we said in the last one, what I do want to do is get into passengers. As you can see here, we actually have a little bit of an issue here. What's he waiting for? Why is he stopped there? Let's have a look. He stopped here at stop number 4 and we've got him to wait for... We told him to wait for a full load of tools, but that's not happening. Okay, so we'll just say load if available to keep things flowing, because nothing's going to get delivered, is it? There we go. Yeah, we're not going to receive any deliveries in, which means the tools are here. Tools wouldn't be able to get in, and that's exactly what happened. You can see here the tools are about to get delivered now. They couldn't get dropped off because they couldn't get into there. So there we go, that's sorted that. Anyway, what I wanted to get into in this episode was passengers. You can see passenger numbers are starting to build up everywhere. But we have now approached and now got into, just as I was doing it, I'll put the time back on now actually. It just ticked over to the year 2000 of editing that Heritage Line. And I didn't want you guys to miss a lot. But you'll see here if we go in, there's a hell of a lot of modern looking trams now. And we're at that crucial point now where we're making that change. So the first thing I wanted to do was look for our oldest passenger route. So we change by cargo. Sorry, the trams that are the oldest. So if I change the age here, and we found the first one that's got passengers on, they're all on the Heritage Lines already. We've got more passengers here, Heritage Line. But if we keep going down, we've got another Heritage Line with a balloon tram. Here we go, TP Lincoln Louth. Now if we have a look, these guys look like they're all running about half full anyway. So let's have a look at that Lincoln Louth line. So we've got 62 out of 128, and that's running from Windsor Road into Louth to the main interchange, back through Louth on the way out again. And how are we looking passenger-wise? We've got 2 people waiting, a tram's just left that wasn't full. So we do have too many trams on here anyway, and if we have a look at this, the top speed's above 25. So what I'm going to do is look for the one that's the furthest this way, which looks like it's going to be one of these two, the one that's heading that way. I'm going to send this guy onto the Heritage Line, and it's the main Heritage Line that I want, not the halfway one. Louth to Museum, it's not that one, it's not the southern one, there should just be one. There we go, the Heritage Line. He's now going to head over to the Heritage Line, and everybody else left on that Louth run, we're going to upgrade those trams, and they're already electric. These are the Roma trams, aren't they? They are. So we're going to replacing this 7000 series Roma, which was 31 miles per hour, carrying 32. And there's actually a 9000 series Roma. So maybe we go with the 9000 series Roma. That was the 7000, wasn't it? It was, yes, the Stanger 7000. So if we go for the 9000 Roma, because it didn't need too much of an upgrade, and by cutting back one, yeah, I'm happy with that actually. We'll kick that in and then we'll have a look at what the new tram looks like. It does look very modern now, doesn't it? It does look very modern, but really good. The bogies look cool. They've turned. It looks like it's got a coat of arms from Rome on there. It's got the name of the route on that we like. Yeah, that's nice. I think they've done a really good job with this one. Number 9006. I don't suppose any of the others will have different numbers on, but that's not to worry about. That is really cool, isn't it? I like the section, the bendy bit in the middle there as well. I always forget what the name of it is. And as soon as I stop recording, I remember it again. But yeah, this section in the middle actually operates quite well. You see a lot of these where there's a massive gap in the middle and things. That looks really good, actually. So yeah, oh, auto save. But yeah, let me know what you think about that one, guys. The 9000 series Roma. I think that's really cool. So that's that one upgrading. Now, another thing I wanted to look at in this one was the first real big passenger route we put in, which was this loop around. Is this the southeast? I'd say this is probably the south of the map, isn't it? Now, if I remember rightly, passengers are heading round anti-clockwise here. It looks like it does, yeah. And they're currently only going... They do have a top speed of 43 miles per hour. I forgot that we'd actually upgraded these. But what I do want to do is just look at how we're doing. So the finances are great on this line. But if we just pop up if I find the line here to have a look at it. So we are TP Canterbury, Durham, here we go. So we're currently at 130 out of 96. We're making a decent amount of profit. But what I wanted to do in this one is to try again with one of the stations that we tried to use previously. If you remember, it was up near Nottingham we tried to use this one. But we had issues with it turning round, so I want to try and put it in here, but I need to be careful where I'm going to place this, because what I don't want to do is to delete any of this industry and ruin any form of demand. So I think what I'm going to do is place this on a sort of side street here. Don't mind getting rid of those two buildings. There we go. Now if I go to street here, and what I do want to do is upgrade to tram track. We want electric. Catenary, yes, there we go, in. And then what I need to do is put a street on here as well. We want to go for a normal town street. What are we looking here? So we want a normal medium street, 31 miles per hour. With electric, we want to connect into there. Does that look about right? That looks about right to me. And to be honest with you, we could probably get rid of that little offshoot and swing this around and have a better junction in there, like so. There we go. And now we've been told that electricity is going to work on one side of the road here. So now what I want to do is change this route here. So it's number 3. So if we're coming from number 2 at New Road, I want us then to stop at this new station. It is going to go around, but at number 3 there, if we change this platform, is there any better way we can get to make this work? I'm just thinking there's no way across, is there? Because if we get rid of this line, you can see that the electric path actually goes down. And it goes down, and we're servicing these platforms underneath, so we could change it to one underneath, but it looks like the platforms on the left here are just for the way back. So maybe what I'll do, actually, is I'll just delete this out and I'll just turn it around. Just to give us, just so we can see what's going on. You know what I mean? That'll allow us to use this end of it then. I want to try and not delete that building if I can help it. But if we cut this road back a little bit, we pop it back in there. There we go. And now we'll connect this up. We may have to cut that all the way back, just to make it flow a bit nicer again. It's coming off there horribly though, isn't it? There we go. We want them to still keep a little bit of speed going in there. Perfect. And then hopefully that's picked a more appropriate terminal now it has. So it can stop at that front terminal there. I don't mind that. I'd prefer it to turn in a little bit, to be honest with you, just so it looks like it's actually utilising the station. So if we go for platform 2, does that work better? There we go. Yeah, I know it's probably not as efficient, but at this point we're absolutely printing money. We're almost up to £1 billion actually. So I want to see how one of these guys approaches this now. There should be one somewhere on the way up by now, surely. But it looks like we've just missed the one that we were following earlier. So where's the next? The next passenger tram's down here. What I was thinking of doing on this one, guys, because we have quite a few vehicles on here, I was thinking of having just some of the more modern but longer trams. So having less trams but with more capacity. I don't know what you think about that, but I think that'd be a good idea. Because at the minute we're at the stage where we're not holding up traffic too much. We're not being held up by traffic. And because we've got it's set up so that the cargo goes on the other side, it's not an issue. I could do with fixing that bend in the road there, couldn't I? It really had to slow down there. So if we go for a country road here, a medium country road, there we go, that'll stop him having to slow down there next time. It was a really aggressive bend there for some reason. I just want to see how he approaches this. Oh, here we go, B56 Cobra. That might even, it's going to look very similar. It might even be an ideal upgrade, that. And a new kind of cargo tram as well, ready for the next episode. Yeah, I like that. Now I'm just in two minds whether we need to get rid of this station. This one, I think we need it to cover here as well, don't we? But I might move that and shunt it down a little bit. Just so they're not really close together. If I try and pick the same sort of station we've already got, which it looks like one of the standard. I mean, it doesn't need to be the same again, does it really? If we put this at the end there, and then from Canterbury, we'll change after number 3. We'll stop there, and then I'll actually get rid of number 3. No, that was wrong. It's... right, pause. What are we doing here? So we're coming up. We're going to 3. It's got 4, 5. We want to get rid of 5. That's it. So we want to go from 3 to 4 and then off on our way. And then I want to delete that stop. Perfect. So let's have a quick look at what we could replace these with, because I think that's going to be the key to this one. We've got all sorts of new ones, haven't we? So that B6 Cobra that we just unlocked is 30. It's only a top speed of 37 miles per hour, you see. So we'd actually be going down, because at the minute we've got these Rathburger Munichs, which are 43 miles per hour. We've got Bucharest ones, Timpsora. See, these are actually quite cool, but they only carry 28. These ones carry 45. They do 37 miles per hour there. I don't really want to be going slower. We've got 43 with 25 with a Skoda, so that'd be a little bit of a downgrade as well. We've got the 56 Duwags. We're already using the Duwags over the other side though, aren't we? Don't want to reuse those there. That would be cool. The Duwag R's, or even the Frankfurts. Maybe we do every other. That's not a bad idea. If I go to manage vehicles, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so although it's not ideal, I'm going to clone one so we have 8. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the odd ones I'm going to replace with those Duwag with the black ones. And then I'm going to replace the other ones in between, the other 4, with these ones. And now I want to have a look at these. So this is the Frankfurt variant. Anybody who lives near Frankfurt or in Frankfurt, or even if you've been and seen them, let me know how accurate these are. But it looks like a really good model. I love how they've got the distribution boxes on the top. And it looks like some kind of aircon unit just at the front here. Passengers look pretty comfortable inside, loads of space. We've got the route on the side. It's really cool, isn't it, that? It does look like we're getting a build-up of traffic again around this roundabout, though. It's one thing that I wish they would have in Transport Fever, and hopefully it's something that they bring later on with Transport Fever 3 when that finally comes out, if it comes out. I'd love for it to have, you know, a bit more AI intelligence when it comes to junctions. It would stop traffic a lot. Even if you could put traffic lights on the roundabouts here, but fully functioning junctions and roundabouts would be high on my list of things for Transport Fever 3. Let me know down below, guys, what would you like to see in Transport Fever 3? If you could just choose one main thing, what would it be? If you had to choose one thing that you would change about it, or one, even if it was something that you just upgrade, like myself here with the road systems, well, you would upgrade it or have something brand new. Would there be, you know, a new kind of transport that you'd like to do? Something, I don't know. What could be in the game? Another good one would be an underground metro system, like in Paris or in London. That'd be cool to see. It looks like cargo's really building up again. We might be ready for that new cargo system in the next one. Now let me see if with the passenger trams that are coming down, have we seen one of the black ones yet. Let me have a look. So we've got another one of the Frankfurt blue ones here. Here we go, let's have a look at this one. Is it exactly the same? Is it just the colour that's different? It looks like it is. It sounds good though. Don't know how well you guys can hear that, but it's got a really good sound to it, that. Probably the best one I've heard, I think, so far. There's a very little road rumble to it, but the electricity sound of it sounds really good. So hopefully that's going to continue along now and keep making us a profit. I mean, actually, just look at the finances there. It looks like it was just tailing off, and I've now added an extra vehicle to that, so it might end up losing us money, that one. But if we have a look around here, we've got people waiting for it. There's only 2 people waiting there. I'm hoping that means one's just left. It has, and it's full. Okay. I think we're getting around the time when we're going to have to start looking at putting bus lanes in. You can see this is causing us problems here. This guy's only moving at 11 and 10 miles an hour for some reason. Let's have a look at this. If we go to street here, these are going to be country streets. Sorry, medium streets. And in the town, if we're looking, why is he going so slow? His top speed's 25 miles per hour. Is that just because of the wear and tear on it? Maintenance not. Is that because the condition's very bad? That's something I'm not sure of, guys. Can you let me know? Is that what's causing this problem here? Is he causing all this traffic just because the condition's very slow? Is this one the same? Let me speed this up and see. Has this guy got a really slow top speed as well? What's his condition? Very bad. He's going up to 25 miles per hour. So why was that guy going so slow around there? That's concerning, because I think we did have medium street selected here with electric, and that's all medium street. There was no reason for him to be going that slow. That junction looks like it's a little bit of a pinch point though, doesn't it? Maybe it was just a case of he was trying to get in between the junctions, I'm not sure, but that's something that I need to have a look at. Yeah, let me know if you know anything about that down below, guys. So from now, that's the passengers in this area have now been upgraded. I'm happy with that. Louth to Lincoln has been upgraded, so let's have a look at what's the next eldest passenger trams. We're looking at tram 45. Where's that? The Southeastern. Is that the next one before I go making any rash changes? It is. If we have a look, just to remind myself, the Southeastern is the link between, yes, it is, between the main Canterbury loop here that we've just upgraded and up to Louth. I mean, we could eventually just add that up into this link, but I do like having this. We've only got 2 trams on it, and it does make us a decent amount of profit. I think this is an area to have 2 long trams, because it's a short slog just across the river. We could have a little bit of a wait time if we were to put the timetable mod on, maybe. We could set something up so they wait for a long time. And it's, you know, an infrequent service just to hop across the river. But let's have a look at this. So we've got this passenger one. The top speed of this is 40. And how old are these now? 44 years old. Okay. So it's getting to that sort of time, isn't it, where one of them's going to have to join the heritage loop, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Let's bite the bullet and go, bam, heritage loop, get on there. So then this guy, what we want to do is we want to replace this. I just want to make sure we do have catenary across the river there, yes. And what do we replace this with? I'm thinking one of these longer ones that we haven't used yet. Capacity 22, so in a minute we've got 23 and we did have double that, so we want something with about 40 capacity. Maybe this Cobra here, actually, if it's going to go long and slow and not very often, this might be the ideal place to use this. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. And we'll have a look at this. Let's see what we think of this one. So it is a lot longer, isn't it? I might set on this line now, actually, a minimum waiting time at each end. So if we go minimum waiting time of nothing too crazy, but 120 seconds there, and then here we'll set the same, just to give it a chance to really get full. And we look like we've unlocked a Bombardier K5000 now, and that's the Colne one. That's quite a good shot, isn't it, with the 2 brand new trains together? That might be something I have to pick out later on again for a thumbnail for this video. But I think that's enough upgrading for one video anyway, guys. This was just a quick one just to get the passenger routes up to date. We've now upgraded that heritage line, and I just want to have a look and see whether it did work how we wanted. Yeah, you can see this guy's now only getting 25 miles per hour as well. And it looks like, yeah, they're all sort of spaced out just as much as they need to be now. Maximum top speed of 25. No issues at all here. Is that the Roma tram that caught up? It did. And what you will see is now that they're on this line, if I go to manage vehicles now, you'll see that we'll upgrade this. All these vehicles, we'll set all of these to very high. And they should start coming into, you know, start looking a lot better again. Look at this guy. The age of him. He is... Where's the age on here? Very bad. Here we go. Age 46. Couldn't see the woods freeze then, could I? And then if we pick... So he's 46, and how old's this guy? 67. But if you look at the condition difference, this guy looks brand new. That's because he's been having that increased maintenance, so hopefully this one will perk up a little bit and start looking a lot better. And as we fill this line, this spaced out line in between them all will just get greater and greater, and eventually we'll just have a constant line of all the old trams, which I'm really excited for. I'm still, guys, I'm not 100% sure what to do in terms of heritage cargo, whether we do it all. I did have a little thought of maybe this link between Edgware here over to Nottingham. At the minute, we're just linking construction materials and food across. And I was thinking, could we run that as the heritage line? But I don't think it'd be enough to be running the amount of heritage trams that we would end up on it. I might just keep heritage just for passenger routes. And that would mean we'd be getting rid of all of these old style, like the CE2s that we've got here. But yeah, let me know what you think about it, and we'll have a discussion about it another time when I can react to your comments a little bit quicker. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks a lot for joining me for this video. If you've got any tips or tricks or advice for me, drop it down below. Hit the like button for me to help get the video out there to everybody else. And if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. But that's all for this one, and I will catch you in the next video.